right, everyone. Welcome back to another Coyote Radio Show and podcast. We got a great one here today. This one's all about banjos. My favorite instrument. A lot of history there. Fell in love with it years ago, and it just doesn't seem to get out of your blood. But we're going to talk about the Midwest Banjo Camp. We got Ken Perlman with us. He's going to kind of give us the rundown of what the schedule's like, what you can expect there if you attend the camp. He's just going to lay it all out for us. So whether you're a novice or advanced player, there's something there for you. There's a lot to learn in just a few days. So they definitely have a packed schedule, and it looks like it's well worth your time and money. So all the details and stuff, link in the description if you want to join and get some more details on it. It's all down posted below. Share this with someone if you know someone that plays the banjo or likes the banjo. Share this with them. I want to thank everyone. The podcast is definitely growing. Like and share and subscribe. We're on social media as far as Facebook, Instagram, that sort of thing. So appreciate it if you help us grow. I think that pretty much covers it. Let's go talk about banjos and the Midwest Banjo Camp with Ken Perlman. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another Coyote Radio Show and podcast. We got a great guest today with us. Ken Perlman's with us. Thank you for being on. We're going to talk about banjos, the Midwest Banjo Camp, which he's a big part of, and kind of go from there. So, yeah, it's all things banjo today.
Absolutely. So where would you like to start?
Well, if you could, if most people that come on the show for the first time kind of start with your beginnings, is how you got involved in banjo, playing banjo and that sort of thing.
Oh, gee. Okay. Well, I was playing guitar for a few years, and I was at a college in upstate New York, Cornell, and we had quite a lot of great players who were my contemporaries there, who went on to major careers in acoustic music. And they were kind of role models, and I thought, I'd like to try, and I want to try that banjo. And so I did, and I had lots of people to watch just right there. And then, as soon as I really got into it, I would always, if I went to a concert, I would always sit in the front row and watch the banjo player and pick up what I could.
Yeah. So that's great. What kind of artists were you listening to at that time? Like, what was really sticking with you?
Banjo wise?
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing is that I always listened to fiddle players and then tried to capture their music on the banjo. So at first it was old time players, and then I really got into Irish players, and then later on in my 30s, it was more like Cape Breton and Prince Edward Island player. I spent decades studying the music of Prince Edward Island. I did this major project where I went around and recorded all these archival type fiddle players and
wow,
learned their music. So and then I toured for 15 years with Alan Jabbour, who was a great old-time Appalachian old-time fiddler, and was the guy who kind of got the old-time revival going back in the 60s.
Okay.
What drew me to the banjo, in addition to the sound, was just ability to play with fiddle players and guitar players, and just kind of immerse myself in the scene of music.
Yeah, it's the whole backstory on just banjo and fiddle tunes, the old time guys. It's fascinating. You can go down that rabbit hole forever. You mentioned some of the recordings you were doing with some past players. Are those still out there to where available to the public if we wanted to hear those? Or
absolutely, yes, they are. There were some out of print cassettes and CDs that no one, you won't be able to find, but 2006, I got another grant, and this was from a Canadian museum. And part of the aftermath was we set up a website through a university library on Prince Edward Island. And you can hear excerpts from just about all the recordings that I did, and see, videos and photographs of the players. And so it's called boingdownhome.ca.
Okay, cool. I'll put
You
the
know,
link in the
Brian
description
Sheep.
for anyone.
Say again?
I'll put the link in the description for anyone that wants to check that out. It sounds really
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. The site is a little buggy, I have to say, but they haven't maintained it well ever. But it's a small island, but the music is just wonderful.
Yeah.
So if you like old 78s from and field recordings from Appalachia, you'll love this stuff too.
Yeah, that's right in my wheelhouse. I mean, I listen to all types of music, but something about Appalachia and mainly from my mom's side of the family. I think it's just because my
Oh,
roots are kind of from that area, like Pennington Gap, Virginia. So
where did she come from?
Pennington Gap, Virginia. So it really, I think she was probably an hour from, or less than an hour from Clinch Mountain. Where you hear about
Yeah,
Stanley Brothers and
the
all
famous
that.
backstep.
Yeah, Clinch Mountain backstep. Yeah,
Right.
classic.
And the famous baseball team where you had the Clinch Mountain backstop.
I had to look at that one too.
No, I just won't find that, but something that should exist.
That would be great if it did.
Yeah.
I'm sure baseball has a big history within itself as well, so that'd be fun if it did.
Sure.
So, yeah, that sounds interesting. As far as what are you up to these days? I should ask. As far as recording and that sort of thing, or are you just more instructing, or are you playing gigs, or?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of everything. The pandemic put, kind of a major halt on my concert activities. And so I'm not doing, that's been slow to start up again. But, I run 3 banjo camps, and Midwest is by far the largest. And right now I'm working on a new book. And
Okay.
it happens to be this music that I collect. It's called Cape Breton and Prince Edward Island Fiddle Tunes for Clawhammer Banjo, and it'll probably be maybe 6 months away from publication. Haven't quite finished it yet, but getting close. And it'll be with Mel Bay Publications, and the ones who've published my last few books, like. 2-3 years ago, I published Appalachian Tunes for Clawhammer Banjo, and then there've been others.
Now just hearing about it, I'm gonna have to definitely get it.
Absolutely.
I've been reading a lot lately. It seems like, and just mainly about music in general, but I've been flipping through a lot of banjo books.
Cool. Do you play?
A little bit. I'm still learning.
Great.
We got a banjo back here, clawhammer style. That's the.
Well, you should make sure to come to Midwest Banjo Camp, because
I know it's kind of conflicting schedule with my work, so I'm seeing what I can do.
Well, we may be able to work something out.
Yeah.
So
it'd be great. I know some other people. I've never been to an actual camp.
Yeah, especially if you wanted to do like a broadcast there or something. We could probably work something out.
Yeah, that'd be great. Since we're on that topic, can you kind of give us a spiel of what somebody would, run into on a camp like this and how it's set up?
Sure.
It's good for all levels of play, right?
That's
all
right.
Types too.
Say again.
All types as well, not just clawhammer.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we have full program. We have 4-level programs in both bluegrass and old time banjo playing. So we have, there are like 9 class periods, and we have there are like 9 options at least in each level, sometimes 18, so So just to, I have the schedule right here to refresh my memory. So let's say you're a bluegrass player. So we have a novice track, and that's for people who've never played before. And then for people like 6 months to 2 years, we have what we call lower intermediate, and that's a lot of technical help. And then we have upper intermediate, it's more adventuresome classes. And then, of course, advanced, which is obvious advanced classes. And so we have 2 tracks in both lower and upper intermediate. So, you know, in any given time period, you have 2 choices in those levels and one choice in the other levels. And an old time banjo, we have the same options. We have novice, 2 lower intermediate tracks, 2 upper intermediate tracks, and an advanced track. And then in addition to that, we have a full program in tenor banjo.
Oh yeah.
4-string banjo, really. So that could be either tenor or plectrum. And then we have a full program in flat pick guitar, old time fiddle, and mandolin. And so now not only do we have the classes, but we have staff-led jamming every evening, and we have the whole faculty gets a concert spot. So we have 2 big concerts, and then we have these things called demonstrations, which are like festival workshops where the faculty kind of goes round robin around a theme, and we have several of those going on simultaneously. And you know, it starts on Thursday, June 1st, and we end at lunch on Sunday on June 4th. And it's just a great time because there's all this excitement and people hanging out with other banjo and music enthusiasts, and the faculty tends to mix very freely with the students, and people always come away and let us know that, gee, it's great how accessible everybody was. So if you're really excited about banjo, old time bluegrass music, or some of these other options, you know, this is definitely the kind of place for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine in that environment, everyone just kind of feeds off each other as get hyped up about playing certain styles or trying something new or
Right.
well.
Sometimes the most exciting time is mealtime and sitting down with somebody, you know, that you've heard of for years and never
Yeah.
met.
Yeah, I was looking over the schedule. It's definitely intense. There's a lot there. So it looked like you're free to go, you know, when some of these classes are, you kind of pick your own way.
That's
And
right. Yeah.
if it's not something you like, you can just kind of hop over into the next
Yeah, absolutely.
classroom.
Yeah, you don't have to sign up in advance. And the premise is that each class is taught, it's a very specialized topic taught by an expert in that particular area.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
noticed one of them that really struck me because I'm a huge Jimmy Rogers fan. I saw there was a claw hammer banjo for Jimmy Rogers. I was like, what? That
yeah,
could be
well, yeah,
interesting.
so I have to admit, Jimmy Rogers never played banjo. Then I
Yeah.
know he might have, you know, he might have, but no, this is, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Michael Miles, and he just really, one of his specialties is adapting the music of country and pop music stars to banjo. And,
Okay.
yeah, people find these classes very entertaining. He also has adapted the music of John Sebastian Bach to banjo too. So he's a pretty
Yeah.
versatile guy. And yeah, so you know, you can imagine if you're a bluegrass banjo, you could study tips on improvisation with Tony Trischka, or if you're, you know, old time, you know, you can study the music of Tommy Jarrell with someone who actually learned from him. You know, it's that kind of
That kind of
that type
connection.
of thing. Yeah.
That's wild. That is really cool. Um, the structure of all that. So it's in place where you could show up if you say live close, you can just attend the classes, or if you're coming from far, that there's room and board and food provided, that sort of thing as well.
Yes, yes, yeah. If you're a resident student, we have a brand new site this year in Indiana. It's Manchester University in North Manchester, Indiana, which we discovered once we did some map research that it's nowhere near Manchester, Indiana, which is the other side of the state, which must confuse the post office mightily. Yeah, so it's a college, so you would stay in the dormitories, which I actually haven't even seen the site yet, but my business partner has, and he says, dorms look pretty comfortable, and you eat at the college cafeteria. And now you could also, if you're local or you want to stay at a hotel or something in the area, you can sign up as a commuter, and then you can sign up as a commuter with meals and eat with everyone, which is what we recommend. Or you can, sign without meals, and then you have the option of you can buy meals as you go, or just eat on your own.
Yeah.
So there are lots of options.
Yeah, that sounds like just a blast. I'm getting excited just sitting here talking about it. What are the other camps that you said there's 3 total that you run? Are they pretty similar on as far as structure? They're just located in different areas of the
Yeah,
country?
and they tend to be a bit smaller. In March, I run a camp in North Florida,
Okay.
and it's called Swanee Banjo Camp because we're not far from the Swanee River.
Okay.
And then in September, there's the American Banjo Camp near Seattle.
Okay. So way out there.
Yeah, way out there, and it's on the Olympic Peninsula. It's very, very pretty, as is the Florida camp.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm always happy to see that stuff going, and there's a lot of tradition behind all this stuff. It's nice to see it continue.
Yeah, we had to run online for a couple of years because of the pandemic, and we're just getting to running live again. So last year, the Midwest camp that we ran at our old site, that was like the first time back. People were kind of really nervous.
Was that in Michigan? Is that
it was in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was also a new site, but it didn't work out so well. But that was in Holland, Michigan.
Okay.
So up near the lake.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everything goes smooth this year and you stay put, because it's close for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you have to come. You have to come.
Where should everyone find more details if they want to, double check and line up? There's a website, I'm assuming that they should.
Oh, sure. Well, it's midwestbanjocamp.com.
Okay.
And I've noticed sometimes you have to put HTTPS.
At the beginning.
Yeah, sometimes the search engines get confused.
Yeah, just Google it. Probably pop right up that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you list some of the instructors that
absolutely?
Yeah, that'd be great to hear. You mentioned Tony Triska. And
would you like me to share the screen?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay, so here are our instructors.
Yep. Okay.
And the way you would get here is midwestbanjocamp.com/instructors. And so if you clicked on any of these pictures, you get a capsule bio and everything.
Okay.
So our bluegrass instructors, we have Scott Anderson. He does our novice program. We bring him in from Florida. And then we have Greg Cahill, who's heads up Special Consensus, and Frank Evans, a new hot player, and Gina Furtado. great player Ira Gitlin from Washington on the bluegrass side, and James McKinney, a wonderful player, kind of a Reno, Scruggs and Reno style, and
Okay.
Al Bundy, of course, and Tony Trischka, and Pete Wernick, who's known in the trade as Dr. Banjo.
Yeah.
And his wife is Nurse Banjo, and I think she actually is a nurse. And
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know
he's a
that.
doctor of economics, So now, old time, we have Riley Bogus. He's the guy who actually got to hang out with Tommy Jarrell when Riley was young. And we have Jake Blunt, who's getting a lot of attention these days. Hillary Burhans. She's been doing a lot of internet teaching. And we have Victor Furtado, who happens to be Gina's brother, but he's a great young player. And he's a great young player. And Adam Hurt, who's very well known these days. And I mentioned Michael Miles. And we have me and Luke Richardson from North Carolina. He's done a lot of studying of old-time finger-picking styles and such in the South. And in addition to those, we have Johnny Bayer, a wonderful four-string and plectrum player. And our bass accompanist is Tom Ball. And then we have Keith Perlman, he's like our utility infielder.
Okay.
Out of filling in. And our guitar instructor is Greg Blake, who plays in Greg Cahill's band. And I forgot to mention Sarah Gray is a old-time instructor. She was one of the original Folk Legacy artists back in the 70s. Some people may remember the Golden Ring singing fraternity. She was in that with like Gordon Bach and Ed Trickett and such.
Okay.
Don Julin, mandolin instructor, he's from Michigan. Aaron Marshall, great old-time fiddle player. And my fellow director, Stan Werbin, down here. So
That's quite the lineup.
So that's our lineup.
Yeah, the Midwest Banjo Camp, that's loose term, everyone listening. So if you're guitar flat picker, or, you want to play the fiddle, there's options there as well.
That's right.
Keep that in mind. Has it ever sold out or anything? Like, is there a max capacity or?
No, we've come close a couple times, but where the pandemic kind of cooled things a bit. But at one point we were getting upwards of 300 people.
Oh wow!
And so it wasn't that we didn't have room for them, but it was getting hard to. It was getting unwieldy in times of so now we're right now we have about 150 signed up, and we have plenty of room. We'd like to see at least another 2-3 dozen.
Yeah. Well, there's still a little time.
So the classes, if anyone's wondering, at this point the classes will be, on the smaller side.
So you're definitely going to get a little bit more one-on-one attention. And
well, I wouldn't say one-on-one, but maybe 1 on 5 or 1 on 10, rather than 1 on 40. So
yeah, you're more accessible that way as far as an instructor, and it's that's big for a guy like me. I'm definitely more of a visual, in-person type learning versus reading straight out of a book or something. So, sounds like a great time. I'll links are all in the description. Is there anything else you want to mention before we hop off here?
Oh, gee. No, not really, unless you wanted to. I had kind of dialed up a selection of me playing. Would you like to?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't know if we had time for that. I knew your time was short, so I just wanted to make sure we didn't hold you too long. But yeah, if you got time for that, that'd be great.
I mean, I pulled something off YouTube. Would you like?
Yeah.
To run that? Okay. Let me see. Hi. This is Ken Perlman, and this is Ruth Rappaport on guitar, and we're going to do northern tunes. We're going to do Sheehan's Reel and the Farmer's Reel, sometimes also known as the Golden Wedding.
That was great.
Oh, thank you.
No, that'd be a fun tune to learn. There's a lot going on there.
Would you like me to play the finale?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
2022 Midwest Banjo Camp musical faculty. That's great, boys.
Yeah, but anyway, but you get the idea of.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a giant orchestra. I do recall watching some of those videos on YouTube. Now that you pulled that up, I forgot that you had a page you can subscribe to, Midwest Banjo Camp on YouTube. So
Yeah, and the actually the good, I don't know who actually did it, but someone put the names of each teacher
yeah,
on the screen so that so you know who they are.
right. I can only imagine how many. There's always banjo jokes about. There's always some sort of joke about the banjo going on out
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
You have 300 banjo players in one room. What could
Yeah.
happen go wrong?
What could go wrong? Yeah, we get all. Well, when we advertise, we get a lot of positive comments, but there's a lot of, oh my God, look at all those banjos.
Yeah, just the picture alone, just seeing everybody, it's got to be something else. Well, Ken, I really appreciate you being on here and sharing everything with me. We'll be in touch for sure, and I'll see if I can get up there and visit.
Yeah, well, give us some notice and we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that would be great.
And yeah, and if let me know when the podcast is.
Okay, I usually just a few days I'll have this up.
Okay, great.
Pretty quick turnaround, and I know we're getting close to time, so hopefully this will help promote it a little bit more and get a few more people signed up that I can make it.
Yeah, it'd be terrific. We really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
All right, Ken. Take care, and we'll see you later.
Okay, bye-bye now.